welcome, sir. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Naimur, sir. Audible.
Sir, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Welcome, sir. Please, sir. Please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please stay with us. We're waiting for our request person today, please. Trust to you all. Please stay with us for 5 more minutes. Thank you, thank you.
Completely finished up.
Hello, good morning.
Sir, welcome, sir. Audible, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, audible, sir.
Yeah, audible.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, very good afternoon. அது மெயில் வேற தனியா பார்க்கணுமாப்பா? வீடியோ மட்டும் இருக்கு. வீடியோவை ஆமா மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. ஓ அதுக்காக ரைட் ரைட். மெயில் வந்திருக்கு. மெயில் அதுவும் ஓப்பனில் தான் இருக்கா? இது மினிமைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு பார்க்கலாமா? இல்லை அதான் இது மினிமைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வேணாமா? ஏய் என்னடா இல்லை இது இதை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்கள் எதாவது ஆல்ரெடி ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டேன். இதே இது ஃபுல்லாக காப்பியாக இருக்கா? காப்பி தானே?
டைப்பிங் பண்றப்போ அப்படி கண்ட்ரோல் வி கொடுத்தாரு.
எங்க வருது இது? தனியா இருக்கணும். இதானே இது ஃபுல்லா? இப்போ மீட்டு போயிடலாமா? பண்றாங்க. இப்போ நம்ம இதுல வந்து எடுத்துக்கலாம் இல்லையா? இங்க வச்சிருக்கேன் ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட். இங்க இருக்கு ரைட். என்ன பண்றாங்க? ஆள் வரலையா? ஓ அந்த நோட் வச்சுட்டாங்கன்னா ப்ரோக்ராம் பேரு. அது வந்து யூஆர்எல் இந்த டெஸ்ட் ஒரு 10 மினிட்ஸ் எடுத்து கொடுத்துருவாங்க. இந்த யூஆர்எல் அனுப்புறது வந்து பிஓபி கம்பெனி அதில் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்.
அவங்க அந்த கொஷின்ஸ் வரும். ஜஸ்ட் அவங்க கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டு சென்ட் பண்ணி எதுல அது மெயில் போகுது.
மார்னிங் கொஞ்சம் இந்த எஸ்பிபி இது பார்த்தேன். அந்த யூஆர்எல் காப்பி பண்ணி சாட்ல கொடுத்துறாங்க. வெயிட் பண்றேன்.
Sir, we are ready, sir.
Yeah, ready.
Okay, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, very much ready.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon to you all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu. Respected Registrar, Alagappa University. Respected syndicate members. Respected officials of All India Council for Technical Education, ACT. Respected Professor in Head, Department of Commerce, Professor Dr. T.R. Gurumurthy, sir. Program Organizing Secretaries, Dr. Ganapati, sir, Dr. Gurubanti, sir. Organizing Committee members, Dr. Nedumaran, sir, Dr. Kanagavalli, madam, Dr. Menaga, madam. Respected participants, respected professors from various universities from all over India, respected faculty members, respected today's resource person, Professor P. Nadarajan, sir, from Pondicherry University, respected participants from all over India, good afternoon to you all. On behalf of Department of Commerce, Alagappa University, I have great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all. First of all, I would like to welcome Honorable Professor Dr. P. Nadarajan, sir, Professor, Department of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, Pondicherry, to this great online FDP program and to this session today's afternoon. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to welcome all of you. Once again, I would like to welcome you all to this great session on emotional intelligence. I hope this will be a very enjoyable session. You can interact with Honorable Professor. He is very much interested in emotional intelligence and will be interacting with you. It will be a very good session. I hope you are all going to enjoy this session. Wish you all the best. Once again, I invite Professor P. Nadarajan, sir, Professor of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University, to deliver a special address on emotional intelligence. Please, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, one and all. Thank you, Vinay Murthy, for your introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Revered Vice Chancellor, Professor N. Rajendran, Vice Chancellor, Alagappa University, Karaikudi, the coordinator and director of this FDP, 5-day FDP, Dr. T.R. Gurumurthy and Dr. Gurumalesh Prabhu, the registrar of the Alagappa University, and the conference secretaries, Dr. Ganapati and Gurubanti and his team, and my dear delegates or the participants of this online FDP, whom I can call knowledge workers. We are all knowledge workers. So on behalf of the organizing team, I extend a warm welcome to every one of you. And indeed, it gives me a great pleasure to take part in this 5-day FDP program, faculty development program on leadership and excellence. And I am very happy to note that this program is being sponsored by AICTE, and the very purpose is to inculcate or to infuse the leadership quality among the faculties who are working in academic institutions, colleges, universities, and other the research scholars and all. So really, when I just view the ATAL website, there is very good response. And for this FDP also, more than 200 participants have registered. Really, I am glad to see that, and I extend my hearty congratulations to the organizer of this FDP, the Department of Commerce, Alagappa University, Karaikudi. That Dr. Gurumurthy is known for initiating various. He is a man of action. He speaks less, and he does a lot of work. So in that way, this program has been materialized, and I'm really happy to take part in this FDP exercise. My dear delegates, I'm happy to inform you that I am the ex-faculty member of Alagappa University. I served there more than 18 years, and it is my alma mater. So indeed, I am doubly happy to meet you all through online in this FDP program. So there's a 5-day FDP program on leadership and excellence, deals with the various personality related orientation, and thereby as a faculty member we may be able to learn a lot. And every day they are having some exercise also to assignment also for you. So you, by carrying it out the hands-on assignment, you may be able to gain knowledge as well as skill. Okay, fine. So indeed, in the morning session, that's why when I saw my Dr. Selva, my ex-colleague, and our own student, Mr. Burkanandam, they took session in the morning. And I hope all of you are with getting into afternoon session, maybe a little bit tough, but I try to make you enjoy this session. And this session is on emotional intelligence. I would like to throw light on emotional intelligence and its relevance for leadership and excellence. The title of the talk is emotional intelligence, a gateway for leadership and excellence. That is the title of my talk. Emotional intelligence, a gateway for leadership and excellence is the title of the talk. And incidentally, I would like to give you some exercise also during the course of time. So I hope all of you are with me in the online. So I would like to conduct some tests also, online tests. So instantaneous test, just 5 minutes test, 5 minutes or 7 minutes you can take, and you can upload it. And immediately at the end of the session, I will give you the score also. I will give you the score immediately at the end of the session. And this 5-day session deals with nearly 15 topics. In that, mine is emotional intelligence. So it is also one of the important or essential quality required for an individual and especially for a leader to excel in his profession. So first, the conference on leadership and excellence. Here I would like to highlight the last 1 or 2 days, many delegates are attending this conference. You might have viewed the website of Alagappa University, Karaikudi. The motto statement of Alagappa University is, are you able to see my video? PPT?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Visible, sir.
You able to see the video? Huh?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible.
Yeah. Yes. So the motto of Alagappa University is excellence in action. I think many of you may not be notified. So please note that the motto of Alagappa University is excellence in action. In action. So all are separate words. When you are putting in action, that is different. Excellence in action. So in line with that, they have also coined the topic for this FDP, Faculty Development Program, Leadership and Excellence. Okay. So all of us are very happy are very much interested to become a leader. But are we deserving for that? Do we have required qualities? Are we capable of pull on in that position? So all such things are the matters. So all of us are interested to become a leader, but we are unable to inculcate the leadership quality in us. That's why many of us are not in a position to get into leadership career, or sometimes if at all we are unable to thrive in that. We may be thrown out, and some people who are able to get it, they may misuse it and again come out with a bad name or a bad impression and all. Okay, so that's why being a teacher or academician, we have to play a role, area model role. I used to call it as the area model, AREA. A for academic, R for research, E for extension, and A for administration. A for administration. This is what is called a area model. It is my perception, my own perception. So this I want to promote among my fraternity, teaching fraternity. So that's why I'm telling you. As a faculty member, we have to have all the exposure on all the 4 aspects. One is academic. So we have to excel in the academic arena, and thereby we will be identified as a very glorified teacher. And the second thing is research. So research is another domain in which we have to make a mark and create an impression, and thereby we may be able to contribute our best in the form of research paper, research work, and other thing. And the third one is extension. So this academic and research exposure will reach the society only when we are able to take up extension activities. So as a faculty members, you can take part in extension activities in your institution whenever opportunities are come to you. So don't deny that. And it may be sometimes painful and you have to make a lot of sacrifice. But at the end, when you are seeing the pleasures, comforts of the people in the society, you will be forgetting all those hardships. So that's why extension is another important activity to be carried out by all faculty members. And then fourth one, invariably, many of us or most of us may not be getting an opportunity to get into the administration, and even being the head of the department itself is an administration, and a dean, being a dean is an administration. And apart from that, when you are getting into bureaucratic position in the university or colleges, either as a principal or a registrar or vice chancellor, it all tells about the administrative, it all requires administrative experience. So as a faculty member, we have to have an exposure on all the four aspects. One is academic, then research, third one extension, and fourth one administration. So to carry out all the four roles, to carry out all the four different roles, as a teacher, as a faculty, we have to have kind of leadership quality. And why? What is the need for it? So by having it, we may be able to excel. We may be able to excel in our function, in our role, or in our performance, and thereby we will be in the limelight. We can do our best. We can contribute our best to the development of the institution. Once when the institution grows, we will also grow. This is what is called a win-win strategy. So that's why the leadership qualities are very much essential for every faculty in order to perform our role or discharge our role very fruitfully and effectively. So in the present context, the higher education institution higher education institutions have to play a vital role in making transformation in the society, transformation in the economy. So that's why I used to call all our faculty fraternity as transformational leaders. We are all working for transforming the community or transforming the society from one position to another. So that's incidentally, we are acting as a transformational leader. So in that perspective, the leadership qualities are very much essential, and the very purpose is to excellence, to ensure the excellence. Excellence is the ultimate outcome what we are getting. So in the morning, you might have heard about Dr. Sellam. He has given a lot of information about the global standards, the global quality. No, the word quality is my indicator of excellence. So whatever be the endeavor or whatever be the activity we plunge into, so we have to excel. So that should be the attitude. That should be the motto of every one of us. So with that prelude, I commence this. I proceed with this emotional intelligence. For this, as a knowledge worker, we have to have IQ. So every one of us are very particular in gaining knowledge. So all the day, or every day, almost we are learning something new. One way or other, we are learning things. So that way, we are gaining knowledge. So I would like to highlight K, yes, the knowledge, skills, and other skill set. Another one, the first is knowledge. We have to acquire knowledge and the skills. And skills, it may be the conceptual skill, technical skill, computational skill, and other numerical skill, everything. So skills are also very much essential in the present day context. Even in the context of COVID pandemic, we are making a kind of, we are really witnessing the transformation that are taking place in schools and colleges. No, all said and done, COVID-19, C19 made every one of us to go for online, not only for taking classes, but also for conducting examination and everything. Okay, so this transformation took place out of necessity. Otherwise, we may be prolonging years to for a few more years also. But now this COVID, this is what is called the positive side of this disaster. Positive side of this disaster. So in a way, we are forced to take up this kind of the alternative method of teaching, learning, and examination, writing examination, conduct of examination, everything. So in a way, we are trying to transform ourselves from one status to another, from one state to another state, another status, another position. So that's how it is a kind of positive change in us. So that we are witnessing. So we have to gather knowledge, and we have to acquire skills, and then we have to have a kind of knowledge, skills, and the emotions. So knowledge is very particular in providing us the intelligent quotient. So in order to enhance our intelligent quotient, we are very particular in gaining knowledge, and thereby we are getting a lot of awareness. With that awareness, we are able to get into the cause and effect of it, and thereby we are claiming ourselves as a knowledgeable person. Mere knowledgeable alone is not enough. No, we have to have a kind of balancing, identifying the emotions and balancing it in a proper manner, and thereby we will be getting a quality called emotional quotient or emotional intelligence (EQ). And these two is alone, or these two are alone are not sufficient to excel in the leadership position. So for which we have to have another Q, what is called a SQ, that is spiritual quotient. People who are at the helm of affairs. So they are facing a lot of tension, stress every day. So in such circumstances, along with emotional intelligence, when they have a spiritual quotient also, they may be able to perform their job in a very effective manner, perform the role in a very effective manner, and thereby they will be able to ensure effectiveness of the organization, effectiveness of the institution or organization, or even for the government also. So that's why the IQ, EQ, and SQ, these three are very, very important, and we should not undermine one for the sake of another. So that's why we have to have all the three qualities in a proportionate manner, thereby we may be able to excel. Because since the title of the FDP is an excellence, every now and then I used to link it with that excellence. So that's why I'm linking these three calibers of the faculty members: IQ, EQ, and SQ. Okay, so in that we are very particular about emotional intelligence. IQ can be done by anybody. It needs a kind of a little awareness and curiosity to learn things. That's enough. But having learned, having gained much knowledge, many a time we are not thinking in wisdom with the wisdom. So that's why many times we are unable to understand the emotions of ourselves and emotions of others, and that's why we are not in a position to establish a good rapport or relationship with others, and we are unable to control ourselves. We are unable to understand ourselves. Who am I? So many times when you are, have you ever asked a question, who am I? Have you ever asked the question, who am I? So most of us may not be. Most of us may not be asking that question. So that we have to ask. So when you're asking the question, who am I? Then only we will be able to deeply think about ourselves. What we have. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? Like that, we may be able to get to know ourselves fully. So for which it at the earliest, or even as a school-going children, when you're asking the question, who am I? We may be able to understand ourselves first. Even at the age of 40, 50, 60, many people are not in a position to understand their self. That's why self-management, managing self is one important aspect, which also I cover incidentally in the topic emotional intelligence, which we will discuss in the latter part of it. Okay, so emotional intelligence is the self-perceived ability to assess and manage the emotions of oneself, of others, and our group. It is many times it's intangible. That's why we are not knowing the significance of it. But whereas in the case of IQ, we can gain it in the form of some qualification, some positions. It is because of our caliber, knowledge, and all. But whereas in the case of emotions, how do we manage the particular situation? So it may be a situation which create some situation, or it may be a gala situation. In whatever be the nature, how we are reacting to that, how we are responding to that, and similarly how others are responding to us. That we have to understand and accordingly perform. Thereby, we may be able to establish good relationship and rapport with others. So it is a bit intangible, and it affects how we manage behavior, navigates the social complexities, and makes personal decisions that achieve positive results. So emotional intelligence is inevitable, is concomitant for every individual, especially if you are aspiring for some leadership position. Definitely, you must be a person of emotionally balanced. So you have to have the quality of emotional intelligence in an effective manner, and your EQ must be of at a higher order, and thereby you may be able to manage your position very successfully and fruitfully. So that EQ has twice the power of IQ to predict the performance. EQ is also a better predictor than employee skills, knowledge, and expertise. So we have to have the knowledge, skills, and the spiritual quotient. So this EQ helps a lot for an individual to balance, to understand themselves, and also to get to know about others, and accordingly they can behave in a situation. Many a time, what is behavior? When you are asking a question with behavior, definitely may not be in a position to know, but we may be able to understand the behavior only after seeing the aftermath effect of our behavior. But we do not know what is behavior, how behavior comes. That's a word called behavioral path. How our behavior, how we are behaving in a situation. So for which, as a individual, we should know the behavioral path, how we are behaving in a situation. So in that behavioral path, you have to understand. It starts with the belief, perception, attitude, and behavior. These are the 4 components. So it starts with the behavior, then leads to perception, and goes to attitude, and based on attitude, we are behaving. So in whatever be the situation, how we are behaving. Sometimes, many a time, we are cursing ourselves after facing the incident. I have behaved wrongly. I would not behave like this. Like that, after seeing the effect of it, we are understanding our behavior. Instead, as individual, when we have started realizing our behavior before started behaving for a while, at least we have to think it for a while, and thereby definitely our behavior will be different, and it will be towards the proactive side or positive side. So it starts with the belief, leading to perception, then which then helps us to have a mindset, what is called attitude, and that attitude help us make us to behave, whether behave rightly, wrongly, behave on timely or belatedly, everything based on our attitude, perception, and belief. So this is what is called a behavioral path that you have to understand. And this behavioral path, our behavior is closely connected to the emotional intelligence. So that's why I'm telling about a behavioral path now. Okay, so then now with respect to the EI, the emotional intelligence, the individuals of high emotional intelligence shows better performance, enabling them to cooperate, motivate employees towards the right direction. So even in your FDP program or any training program, when you see the resource person or when you see the members or even your own colleagues who are taking part, you may be able to get to know a lot of qualities. The thing is, you have to make a keen observation. By means of doing it, you may be able to learn how cool they are, how calm they are, how sparky they are. Like that, we may be able to observe so many qualities. So the individuals of high emotional intelligence show action. AI helps to reduce the stress and increases other work. Okay. We cannot avoid stress. Stress is also required for fulfilling our aspirations. That too, when you are aspiring for leadership, definitely you have to have stress. You have to face stress. And at the same time, you must be able to manage the stress effectively. Thereby, you may be able to excel in your position. But unfortunately, it is not happening for many. So that's why they are dejected and they are vexed and they committed a lot of mistakes or failure. And ultimately, their leadership position become a fertile exercise. And then the emotional intelligence, AI, assists in moderating the conflicts and promoting understanding and good relationship in the work environment. So likewise, we can highlight the significance or importance of emotional intelligence on accounts. That is, AI fosters emotional stability, continuity, improves self-awareness, self-control, and motivation. So having seen that, you may be able to understand what is the root cause of success of an individual. So many a time, it is because of emotional intelligence. This is what is being highlighted by a popular author, Daniel Goleman, who has written a book on emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman, who has written a book on emotional intelligence. Nearly 85% of our success in life is based on our ability to get along with the people, how we are able to cope up with the people, how we are able to coexist in the group. So that can be done. That can be done effectively only with the help of emotional intelligence. It has been strongly advocated by Daniel Goleman, and even I had an opportunity to go through that book, Daniel Goleman on emotional intelligence, and we did some work also on emotional intelligence in our university area. And we did one PhD work relating to the emotional intelligence among the bank employees, bank executives of scheduled commercial banks in India. So really, when we similarly we did a study among the teachers of Pondicherry University. How about the emotional intelligence level? At what cadre it is a high? At among the gender, how which gender has got a more EI? Like that, we made an empirical study on emotional intelligence. So since it is a behavioral oriented study, it needs a kind of dedication and commitment, and we have, again, it's not a one-time phenomenon. So we have to do it repeatedly with periodical intervals, and thereby we may be able to consistently assess the emotional intelligence level, and we can be able to emotional competencies level of our colleagues and ourselves, and thereby we can improve ourselves. Even I am planning to give you one test also now. Another few minutes, I will give you one URL. So every one of you take a 5 to 7 minutes, go through that, and give your answer spontaneously. Now, give your answer spontaneously. After some time, I will give you score also. I will give you score also. So I'm appealing to you to view your chat box, where I will give the URL, and for that you are, when you are fixing the URL in your Google, you will be getting a Google form, and you can fill that Google form immediately and send it to the same mail, and thereby after half an hour I can tell the scores of the candidates who have submitted the Google form. Okay, because it's an online webinar, you know, so I would like to give you some hands-on experience also. And again, being the afternoon session, if I am speaking on the one side, so it will be a monotony. So that's why you can do some hands-on experience also. There again, it's a very interesting Google form. It tells about around 10 cases, 10 case situation relating to emotional intelligence, and you have to answer. Don't take much time, and give instantaneously. Again, there is no harm in it also. If you are scoring less, nobody will undermine that you are having poor EQ and EI and all. Okay, so it is only to test ourselves, and thereby we may be able to take efforts to improve ourselves, and see our EQ level is always at an acceptable level or manageable level. Okay, so for which I would like to conduct one online survey among you. I will send the URL shortly. So broadly speaking, the emotional intelligence is a person's knack for both identifying and managing the emotions of themselves and others. Here, there are mainly 3 skills you have to do when we are thinking of improving our EQ, and we have to remember these 3 skills mainly: emotional awareness, then ability to apply said emotions to everyday problem, and the ability to manage your emotions as well as emotions of others. These are the 3 basic things prevailing in the emotional intelligence, and which based on when we are measuring it, we may be able to see the emotional quotient. And how it is related with the leadership. So the conference, the FDP title is Leadership and Excellence. How it is linked. So emotional intelligence and leadership. As I said, emotional intelligence has been associated with transformational leadership capabilities such as inspiration, motivation, and vision. So these are the 3 things every one of us may be remembering in the present day context. That too, when the colleges and universities are aspiring for NAC accreditation and other quality accreditation process. So we are very particular in enriching all the 3 things, leadership qualities such as inspiration, motivation, vision. So I think many of you might have heard the word vision, mission, objective in the last 10-15 years. So it is it was there earlier also, but a significant importance is given in the recent past because in the education institution are working for enhancing the excellence, and for which they are going for accreditation process. And in the accreditation process, it is very much mandatory that the institution must have a vision, and they have to have a focused efforts towards attaining the vision. So that's why the inspiration, motivation, and vision are the 3 certain the leadership capabilities which you could see among a transformation leader. Okay, so you could have seen the vice chancellor of the Nagaba University who has given an inaugural address. So being a leader, he has to make the subordinates to work willingly. So he has to make the subordinates to work with full of zeal and confidence. When he is able to do, he can get the best from them. So when he is able to get the best from them, certainly the university will be getting great laurels, and they may be able to sustain that existing position, and they can aspire for enhancing their existing position also. So it has to come from within among the fraternity, that is stakeholders of the university. So for which the leader has to perform in such a way, and thereby he can ensure effectiveness. So this EI is all about understanding yourself and how others people are react to you and all. So like that it goes. And when you say behavior, leadership, the EI behavior, you could identify, you can see the leadership behavior. I'm going to tell you the skills also and the determinants, factors and all. So this ability to recognize and understand their own moods, emotions, and then the ability to control the redirect disruptive impulses, then passion to work for reasons beyond money or status, and then the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people, and then proficiency in managing relationship, building networks, and the ability to find the common ground and build rapport. So these here I have mentioned about the behaviors around. When you look into break into the small part, you can see around a dozen qualities, dozen behavior which are relating to emotional intelligence. Okay. So this emotional intelligence, emotional intelligence models, there are three different models prevailing. One is the ability-based model, traits-based model, and mixed model. So we're most probably we are adopting this one, mixed model. So ability as well as traits. Traits, it refers to the behavior of the quality, okay, quality of an individual. So ability relates with their skill. So the skill and the behavior both are very much essential. So that's why I said about knowledge, skills, and values. So that are the three things. Knowledge, skills, and value. KSV. KSV. Remember that, friends, participants, my dear participants. Remember these three variables. KSV. K stands for knowledge. S stands for skill, and V stands for values. Okay, that K can be influenced by IQ. Can be influenced by IQ, that intelligent quotient. So SQ, skill, S may be influenced by this kind of emotional intelligence. Other thing. Then that the values, V is influenced by SQ. So that's why the combination of all the three is very important for an individual or for a leader. So knowledge, skills, and values. So these three variables can also be linked with IQ, EQ, and SQ. So again, the model, this is ability model and traits model. Combination of this model is called mixed model. This is a model what we have used for all our studies. For all our studies in the empirical study, they are using this mixed model. So even when you refer the literature, you could have seen the emotional models. The topic of emotional intelligence. What are the things you have to do? You have to know. So here the models what we have seen just now, and then factors, emotional intelligence competencies, determinants, then components of EI, and then EI implications, then upward and downward emotions or positive or negative emotions, and tips to improve emotional intelligence ability. So I think I'm planning to cover almost all the aspects mentioned in this diagram or chart, and thereby you will be having a comprehensive idea about EI. And having get an idea about EI, as I said, you could measure your EI then and there, and then you may be able to, or you can take some efforts to compute the emotional intelligence quotient or emotional intelligence inventory, EII. We used to call it as EII, emotional intelligence inventory, that we have to take once in a while in our organization, and thereby we may be able to ensure the effective EQ among our stakeholders, which in turn helps a lot for and for to ensure the quality, utmost quality. So this continuous monitoring of EQ is very much essential, for which this EQ just so in the chat box, I am sending the URL. Keep in mind and take 6 to 8 minutes, and then fill it up and send it immediately. Send it, and then after half an hour, I will work out the results and give it in the form of the score.
Sir, if you keep it in WhatsApp, it is easy, no, sir?
Pardon? Huh?
WhatsApp, yeah. Sir. In WhatsApp, you send, sir, that link.
WhatsApp, I have to send.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, WhatsApp, I will send.
Sir, send in chat box itself, sir.
Yeah. இது எதுல அனுப்பணும் அதுல?
ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் குரூப்ல போட்டு.
சரி போடுங்க. Dr. Vinayamurthy, I sent that URL to your mail also.
Sir, okay, sir.
To your WhatsApp. You can send
Okay,
it
sir.
through group. You can send it
Okay.
through group. Huh? You
Yes,
take
sir.
some effort to send it to group. Now it is in the chat box also.
I'll do it, sir. Okay.
It is in the chat sent by the chat box also. People can see that.
Okay, sir.
Is it visible? Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see in the chat box?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
No.
visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about participants? Prasant, Ishwaran, are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
use the link and fill the form. Only 10 questions are there. Just give your answer and then send it to me.
Yes, sent through WhatsApp, sir.
Yes?
Sir, already I sent, sir.
Okay, fine.
It's available in WhatsApp also, sir.
Yeah, WhatsApp also.
Yes, sir.
So in the meantime, let us just the 2-3 minutes. Let's wait, and then I will start discussing the presentation. We will continue the presentation.
Okay.
And then subsequently at the end, I would like to give you 1 or 2 more URL also that you can experience yourself. Why I am very particular in disseminating this knowledge is this one, emotional intelligence is very much required in the present day context. Not only for teachers, it's also for research scholars and students. And you could have seen many students who are committing suicide. No, and even the research scholars, they are mentally disturbed and they are getting a psychological dejection in many places. So that number is increasing day by day. Similarly, teachers are also, even when you see some metro centers and all, teachers are really carrying out their job with a lot of stress. Next to medical profession, teaching profession is also another stressful profession. So we have to manage stress amicably, for which gaining emotional intelligence is very much essential. And that's why, in order to promote the importance of the emotional intelligence, this kind of URL will be very helpful for you to understand. And then, as I said, being a transformation leader, you in turn can make assessment of emotional intelligence in your place, in your institution, in your society. You can do a small survey and assess and tell them what to do and all. And again, when you go through those URLs, you will be able to get a lot of nuances about the emotional intelligence, and you can develop a kind of expertise in it also. And after seeing this Google form sending, then I have another tool to be displayed to you. It's called how do we identify the emotions from the faces, facial expressions. So for which I would like to give you some, I would like to show you the form of PPT and ask you queries from you, and you can answer that also either orally or you can give it in the chat box also. And thereby we may be able to diagnose, understand the facial expressions also, or read the facial expression also, which are also a part of emotional intelligence. இது ஏன் இது இருக்கா, இதுல ஏன் தெரியுது, இது ஹைலைட் பண்ணணும், இது பென்சிலா ஸ்டாப் ஷேரிங். Why it is highlighted?
Yeah,
the word file in the chip. Yeah. It is yeah, screen sharing வரும்போது அது மட்டும் டக்குனே ஓபன் ஆச்சு. திருப்பி பிபிடி தான் போடணும். இப்போ இதே ஹைலைட் பண்ண போதுமா? ஃபுல்லா இருக்காது பிரசன்டேஷன் மட்டும்.
Just and the last one.
All the 10 questions are about 10 different situations. 10 different situations. So it's like a case, small case let, but I am giving you alternative answers also. So you are going to take any one. No. The first one being the turbulent airplane. Second one is the credit stealing colleague. Third one is about angry clients. Fourth one is about C midterm, C grading midterm. And the fifth case is the racist joke. Then sixth case, setback of a salesman. And then seventh case, the road rage colleague. And the eighth one is the shouting match. Even yesterday when you see the cricket, IPL, you could see the people especially belonging to Tamil Nadu, Chennai. So they are very particular. They are getting a kind of a negative impression about the Chennai team and the shouting match. That is the eighth case. And the ninth case is the uninspired team. So and then the 10th one is the indecisive young manager. Indecisive young manager. Google display another link around 3:30 3:45 மேல பண்ணிக்கலாமா? சரி வரட்டும். Okay. I think I have received more than 20. What about others?
What are you doing, sir?
Yeah. Shall I proceed? Huh?
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah. So let them send. Then we, in the meantime, we'll process. At the end of my session, I will tell you the score also. Because this is 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sir. We can wait, sir.
2 minutes. Yeah.
They are interestingly doing, sir.
Okay. Really, all the 10 cases are very interesting case. All the 10 cases are very interesting. Definitely, all of us have come across 1 or 2 situations. Definitely, out of 10, we might have experienced 1 or 2 situations.
Great, sir.
Yeah. And if it is what is called a on-campus program, we can have a live group discussion on that. But since it's offline, I'm unable to interact with you much. So with that limited availability, we are doing our level best. And I hope all of you are actively taking part in that and do that. And at least try to understand what it is, what's the question. And this similar situation we might have come across in our day-to-day life.
So really, they are involved, really, sir.
Yeah. That 1 or 2 are related to our profession also, or it is prevailing almost in all our profession. And the second one is credit stealing colleague. Credit stealing, every one of you might have experienced that. Credit stealing colleague. No, that kind of attitude is there among our teaching fraternity in almost all institutions. So that you could have experienced. And similarly, fourth case, Fourth case is about your result credit. So you are expecting A grade, but whereas you are getting C grade, what will happen? No, what will be your reaction? So for that, so out of 10, really 3-4 you could have come across in your personal life also, and others you may come across in the due course. So that's why having another, now you need not take up much strain and pain. Just it's only to test your instant ability, instant EA ability. That's it.
Let them finish, sir. They are interestingly in market science.
Yeah. So a lot of information is there. No problem.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good, very good, very good. Okay, shall I proceed?
Sir, we can ask the participants, sir. We can ask the participants. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, sir, you can proceed.
Hello, friends. Himadri Sinha. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thank you, Titus. And just I gave you what are the things to be learned or discussed or to be known, and in the term emotional intelligence, for which this chart highlights you. And in that we have to have a discussion on factors that constitute a EQ. Here 5 important factors I have mentioned here. One is self-awareness, mood management. No, many of us are using the word mood. What is it? What is mood? How the mood comes? What we are doing when we are in the good mood, what we are doing when we are in the wrong mood. No, so mood management that is also incidentally relating to our emotional intelligence. Okay, and then self-motivation. Again, self-motivation is the talk of the day. So I am here. This factor I would like to highlight in the forthcoming slide, because I said about self-management. No, managing self needs self-motivation. So that itself is a big talk. We can have a separate 3-hour discussion on that area. Self-motivation, self-managing self through self-motivation. Managing self through self-motivation is another important area which largely determines the emotional intelligence, which largely determines the EQ of an individual. So managing self through self-motivation. And then impulse control. Many a time we are behaving out of impulse. No? Even you might have heard about in purchase decision. No, impulse buying is there. There's a buying process called impulse buying. When some of our friend buying, we used to buy, whether it's required or not, we also tempt to buy. So like that. So that impulse control, how to control our impulse. So many times we are committing mistakes also with that. So we have to ask ourselves whether it is genuinely required for us. Is it essential? Can we perform now or can we postpone it? So like that, prioritize and posteriority can be done by means of controlling our impulse decision. And then the people skills. So this is also so these 5 aspects are 5 important constituent of EQ. Constituent means elements which generates emotional intelligent quotient or EI. And then similarly determinants. This we have applied in our studies also. In our as I already mentioned, we have undergone some studies, nearly 4 or 5 studies on emotional intelligence, and we have applied various statistical tools, and we have adopted that SEM model also, sector equation modeling also, and derive that. And this here I have mentioned some of the determinants. Self-emotional comprehensively in another slide it is there. All the emotional competencies are there. Thus as a determinants we can link it, we can model it like this. So emotional intelligence, self-emotional intelligence, social intelligence, and this can be or this will be helpful helpful in deciding about our life satisfaction, career satisfaction, and career success. So in a way, when we are modeling it, we may be able to see its influences, its level on life satisfaction, career satisfaction and career success. So every one of us are very much interested in all the three. So for which again, as I said, we have to get into the emotional intelligence competencies and properly link them and see the influences, and we may be able to measure the emotional intelligence level, no, EI level, and accordingly we can assess the EI inventory. Suppose when there are 1,000 employees in your company or in your institution, when you are able to measure the EI of every employee, and then finally you could arrive the EI inventory in your organization. And again, this EI inventory has to be taken up once in a while, at least on an annual basis. Then you could understand whether emotional intelligence inventory is getting depleted or getting enhanced. This also you can study. So emotional intelligence inventory is getting depleted or getting enhanced. So as far as again, it is the responsibility of the administrators as well as the other stakeholders to work for enhancing the emotional intelligence inventory. So which in turn helps a lot to perform in an effective manner with which organizational excellence will come. So as I said, when the organization excels, as an individual, as a member of the organization, we will also excel. So there is no harm in it. So that's why in my initial win-win approach, it is possible to materialize the win-win approach through the emotional intelligence. Okay. So that the EI framework, under EI framework, just here I would like to highlight in the earlier model, there were around 25 EI competencies, EI skills, emotional intelligence skills. Under that, 3 dimensions. There are 3-dimensional skills relating to personal competency, and the social competency. There are 2 dimensions of social competency. Like that, the emotional intelligence competencies are broadly classified grouped into 2. One is personal competency and another one is social competency. Under personal competency, there are 3 dimensions. One is self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation. Okay, so self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation. This is the first compartment as far as the personal competencies are concerned. Similarly, the social competency, there are 2 things. One is empathy and social skill. So put together, earlier model highlighted around 25 competencies. Now it is reduced to the 20 competencies with 4 clusters. So that is what is called EI framework. EI framework, 20 competencies with 4 clusters. 20 competency nest in 4 cluster of general EI ability. So that is mentioned here. So here when you are adding all these these are all competency. In that this aspect, these two middle column, it is about personal competence. This the 3rd column is called social competence. Now under that, the first part of the middle column, that is personal competence, deals with the recognition of self. So that's there I have listed 3 sub competencies, 3 sub skills: emotional self-awareness, accurate self-assessment, then self-confidence. Similarly, when we say the self-management, there again 6 competencies are listed. One is here competency refers again, friends, understand that there is a difference between competency and a skill. Now, so skill is like a specific experience or specific knowledge or know-how to do a particular work. No, specific know-how to do a particular work. But whereas when you say competency, it comprises 3 things, as I said: knowledge, skills, and values. Competence comprises 3 things: knowledge, skills, and values. Unfortunately, in the present day context, the 3rd aspect is missing invariably everywhere. Starting from individuals, institution, government, everywhere, we are missing it greatly. So that's why when we are really competent, when we have to become competent, we have to develop competencies. When you say competency, it encompasses 3 things: knowledge, skills, and values. So don't undermine any one of the 3. No, knowledge, skills, and values. All the 3 are very particular. Suppose when government formulate policies, so if all the policies focus towards enhancing knowledge alone is not sufficient. Skills alone is not sufficient. So values, they have to imbibe values also, for which they have to make policies in such a way that whatever may be the policy belonging to a particular sector, it's a comprehensive of all the 3: knowledge, skills, and values, and thereby we may be able to enhance the competence of the people in the real sense, which in turn paves the way for expected growth. Otherwise, growth may be there in material term, but realistically, outwardly, it seems to be a growth. But when we have an inward look, there may not be a growth at all. So that's why even in the present day context, we can see growth paradox prevailing everywhere in every sector, especially with respect to the human resource. Okay? So when we are equipping the human resource in a holistic perspective by means of imparting knowledge, skills, and values, certainly the society would be equipped in the expected manner, and thereby they will do their contribution in an effective way with which the economy will be flourished. So this is what the government, the state government, local government, or union government, they have to take care of, and they have to apply in all the decision, all policy decision, and thereby it will serve the purpose for which it has been undertaken. So these 20 skills. This is about a self, and this is about others. So as an individual, all of you may be knowing, as an individual, as a human being, we are all called as social animals. So we are moving with the people, others. So when we move with others, how do we move with others? And when we are in the group, how we are behaving. This is what in behavioral science you could have seen, the individual behavior, group behavior, and organizational behavior, like that. So there, social competencies are very much essential. Here, social awareness. There are 3 competencies listed under social awareness, and relationship management. Here I have listed around the 8 competencies. So 3, 6. So 3 plus 6, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. Then 12 plus 8, 20. So 20 competency. It is called a EI cluster, EI framework. Under relationship management, nearly 8 competencies are listed here. Developing others. That should be the attitude of every one of us. Basically, it is an inherent quality of a teacher. So that's why teachers are always called a ladder. No, we are called even people are comparing it with the candle, like that. So developing others. Then influence, communication, conflict management, leadership, change catalyst. So we have to be a change agent for making a proactive results, for creating a proactive results for the expected betterment. So change analysis catalyst, and then building bonds. So again, building bonds is very much mandatory. So today, almost the whole country is in a sad, sorrowful mood, because we have lost one of our globally reputed singer, SPB. And so there is a saying that I have gone through in a paper: for every emotions in life, there is a fitting SPB number. That's a fitting SPB number. This is how they are describing him out of the emotions. So his contributions are catering the emotions of every one of us in one way or another. So that's why his death is really unbearable, and it gives a big loss to the society at large. So they are quoting a very captive line I read, so that's why I would like to share it with you. For every emotion in life, there is a fitting SPB number. There is a fitting SPB number. That means he has given more than 45,000 songs, and almost every 1.5 days he sang a song. Just see his efficiency, see his effectiveness, how he is able to make use of his skill effectively. This is how he became a leader. He is not a chief minister or prime minister. He is not he is a singer, but in his profession he excelled. And he has impressed almost all the nook and corner of the society, and that is what we have to admire. Okay. So relationship management, so developing others, influence, communication, conflict management, leadership, etc. So this EI framework everyone should know, and every competency can be studied in depth. Every competency can be studied in depth, and that too, it is not a one-time study. So all the behavioral aspects have to be studied, in a series of events, series of observations. It is better to apply experimental research. It is better to apply the experimental research model for studying this behavior, and thereby we may be able to develop a model for EI assessment very effectively. So experimental researchers are very much required in this area of emotional intelligence, and thereby we may be able to develop a model which will hold good in a particular situation, provided when we are able to control the situation. When we are able to create and control the situation, we can apply that model and see that EI is at the expected level. EI is at the expected level. That should be the focus of teachers like us. So that way we can take, we can plunge into a lot of research area on this. So here again, under relationship management, conflict management is another big area. Leadership, lot of studies can be taken up, and a change, then building bonds, teamwork again, teaming, teamwork is very much essential, or the emotional intelligence paves the way for strengthening our teamwork ability, team spirit ability, and thereby we can have a good networking. So these are all the EI framework. And then again, another form of expressing the components, EI components or EI framework is I'm giving you here 5 sets, 5 different clusters. Now, in that, the first two, red and purple color. Red and purple color tells about intrapersonal. Then here, green and orange tells about interpersonal. Here, intrapersonal. Here, interpersonal. Then in between, catalyst, what is called a energizer. Okay. Here, under intrapersonal, I'm telling about the 2 things here: self-awareness and self-management. This is within the individual, within us, every one of us. What kind of competencies we have to have? So emotional connection, self-acceptance, self-esteem, confidence, self-assessment. Similarly, when we say self-management, we have to manage ourselves. Most of us are even unable to manage even at the age of 70 or 80. Okay, when we are grown up, that means we don't have wisdom properly, and that's why, though we are knowledgeable, we are unable to manage ourselves effectively, and that's why we are miserably failing in our career or in our life also. So the self-management, assertiveness, discipline, self-control, trustworthiness, adaptability, positive thinking, planning, problem solving, and all. So these 2 sets, clusters, governs the intrapersonal qualities. And here, these 2, social awareness and relationship management, this called is listed here. And in between that, now this is called the bridging the gap, or this is a bonding element. What is called? That's why it is named as energizer. Again, here also, I would like to Here also, I would like to quote this the demise of our popular singer SPB, and here he has been portrayed as a binding force, a bridge between the past and present generation, present and past generation. Like that, he has been admired. So the energizer is very much essential to enhance emotional intelligence. So that could be made in the form of motivation. Initiative means a drive. Initiative and drive. This is very much essential. Then resilience. Now even in the pandemic, our economy is taking all round efforts in order to get into resilience. We have to recover. We have to recover from this ailment, from this pandemic, and we have to survive. First survive and thrive. Survive and thrive is the mantra, for which resilience is very much essential. Or else, if the same situation continues, definitely economy may be doomed. So even now, in the last just 2-3 weeks back, but I see the GDP growth, I think it indicates a kind of alarming signal. But in the months to come, there's a possibility of enhancing. So probably another 6 months or 1 year in the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter, it may be increasing. So for which all-round efforts should be taken up by the individuals, institutions, and government, so as to ensure resilience in the economy. So thereby economy could be recovered, because we have not this pandemic or disasters are not new for us. Okay, of course it's a totally new, we are unexpected, but this kind of pandemics, the disaster we have come across in the earlier period also, and that's why to some extent we may be able to withstand the ills of these disasters. And the country, when you look into the countries like Japan and all, they are living with that. And excelling also. So that's why then and there we have to see them and how they are able to manage, how they are able to work, thrive in the situation, that they are able to excel in their performance. So this is again another the framework of another form of giving a framework of EI component. Okay, then in that, the original EI framework, I said four quadrant, 4 aspects: self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, relationship management. In that, the self-management aspect is very much related to individuals, very much related to individual. Since the title of the FDP is leadership and excellence, no? So individual leaders, first leader, no, leader must be a dealer of hope, and he has to have a lot of qualities. Even I used to define the leadership qualities by means of taking the leadership as an acronym and explain. And that's why the self-management is very much essential. Once when you are managing ourself, certainly we may be able to manage the society, and thereby we can be a leader, or we can manage the group, we can manage the organization, we can manage the country. No? So managing self is really the first and foremost thing what we have to do in a very effective manner. So that is what is being highlighted here, self-management. Under self-management, what we have to do? Self-management here, we have to manage mainly three things. We have to manage our head, heart, and hand. So this is what I mentioned here. Self-management means master of three H's. Master of three H's. Master of three H's. That is one's own thoughts, one's own feelings and emotions, and one's own actions and behaviors. So head, heart, and hand. So this is what is popularly called as three H's. Three H's. When we are able to manage the three H's, we may be able to manage well. So manage ourselves well. So this self-management, why we have to manage ourselves? Let us do in our own way. Let it take place in its own course. So when we are living it, certainly we may not be in a position to groom in the expected manner. Our behavior may not be focused, and we may not be in a position to do our best. So yes, self-management need. Why? Number one, unperturbed mind. But practically speaking, most of us are not in this. No, we are all the time, we are in a perturbed mind, disturbed mind. We are always in the confused state. We are speaking one and thinking about another. So that situation, that should be changed. So that's why then only we can manage ourselves effectively. So unperturbed mind is very much essential. So that need that is helpful for managing self effectively. Then developing oneself, the growth within, and not to submit to fear or temptations. Then caring for others, trust begets trust, transparency. These are all certain aspects which necessitate the need for managing self. So when you are able to manage yourself, naturally or knowingly, unknowingly, EI will come to you. Once when EI comes, and the other aspect, you can very well apply, or you will be very well fit for the society, establishing relationship. So relationship management, social awareness can also be gained easily, and thereby you may be able to succeed in our endeavor. So this is what a self-management. Here the self-management cluster alone is taken. So all the variables are highlighted. So I don't want to go in detail. So under that, self-control competence. First competence is self-control competence. Then second one is trustworthy. The third one is conscientiousness and competence. Conscience and competence. And then adaptability. So emotional resilience allows an individual to remain comfortable with the anxiety. So anxiety must be there, or it is essential, but we have to be comfortable with that. We should not be getting perturbed with that. Okay. Many times, if at all you want to lead, or you want to become a leader, certainly you have to come across anxiety. No, and that anxiety, with that anxiety, you have to lead a comfortable life. So that needs a kind of emotional intelligence, and for which this skill is very much essential. What is called a self-management competency is very much essential. So under that, 6 competence I'm telling: trustworthy, then conscientiousness, then adaptability, and then achievement orientation. Achievement orientation is also yet another component, yet another competence under self-management. So achievement drive refers to an optimistic striving to continually improve our performance. This continuous improvement is very much essential. It is not only essential for individual, it is essential for institution also. That's why when we, in the morning, when you heard a talk on quality improvement, people are talking about improvement, and again continuous improvement. So that's why the accreditation, in all accreditation bodies, NAC, then the other AICT and other regulatory bodies, they are also very particular in enhancing the continuous improvement. So that in terms paves the way for achievement track. Okay. So these 6 factors of self-management, competencies can be very helpful for managing self effectively. Okay. So initiative competence is the last one. And individuals who lack initiative or reactive rather than proactive. So lacking the farsightedness that can make the critical difference between a wise decision and a poor one. Are you a wise man or a poor poor one. So it can be done only by means of seeing the initiative. So the lack of initiative or reactive, the people with the lack of initiative or reactive than the proactive, and lacking the farsightedness that can make the critical difference between the wise man and the poor one. Okay, and then now I started with the 3 Qs, IQ, EQ, and SQ. So just I would like to throw a light on that. EQ, emotional intelligence, can be measured. No, so that's why it is the multiplication of, or it is the function of intelligent quotient and wisdom. EQ is the function of intelligent quotient and wisdom. So wisdom is very much essential. What is wisdom? It is the ability to discriminate between right and wrong. Those who possess a certain degree of positive emotions can do this. Okay, many times the people with the knowledgeable people, when they are not having adequate wisdom, so they may be making poor decision. So certainly they may not be fit for that. They cannot be they cannot be a successful leader also. So that's why wisdom is the ability to discriminate between right and wrong, and those who possess a certain degree of positive emotions can do this effectively. IQ is directly proportionate to EQ, along with the wisdom factor. So thereby, as I said, we may be able to balance with all the 3, so which in turn paves the way for success in our life, which also highlighted in a formula in the subsequent slide. So this the third Q is spiritual quotient. When you have to, as an individual, when you are reaching the self-realization stage, or if you have to reach that, and thereby you can be a high impact leader. That is a word called HIL. No, HIL means high impact leadership. That high impact leadership is greatly missing in the present day context or in the society. Okay. So in order to ensure that, or as a person aspiring for getting into better leadership qualities, so we have to equip ourselves with a SQ also. So spiritual quotient, so it is in terms of deed and ego, which is being highlighted by properly defined by the Deepak Chopra. So according to Deepak Chopra, SQ is the relationship between the ratio of a deed in terms of ego. So the deed by ego is the quotient of spirituality. Okay, so this SQ leverages both EQ and IQ. So that's why SQ is also very much essential. So especially people at the helm of affairs, they are realizing the significance of acquiring SQ. And in order to enhance the SQ among our teaching fraternity, even when I go through that FDP schedule, there is a session on yoga also, which will be taken by the coordinator of the FDP, Dr. Gurumurthy. So in a way, as a leader, potential leader, or as if a leader, so we have to have that SQ also. Thereby, it will leverage us, it will enhance us the EQ and our EQ and IQ. So that's why it is very much mandatory in the present day context. And in terms of yoga, really we are showing the way to whole world. We are showing the way to whole world in the form in terms of the yoga, and that we should also know and perform and practice, and thereby knowingly or unknowingly this EQ and IQ will be developed or improved. Okay. Right. Then low EI and high EI. How do you identify, sir, what is my level, EI level? So low EI or high EI. So it can be, or when it is a low EI, what may be the your qualities or traits? What may be the traits? So aggressive, demanding, egotistical, bossy, confrontational all the time. Okay, and then easily distracted, then glib, selfish, poor listener, impulsive, and resistance to change, passive, unresponsive, slow, stubborn, and then critical, picky, fussy, hard to please, and perfectionist. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 types of traits are listed here under low EI. Okay. Similarly, high EI, when you are having high EI, so these are all certain traits. You are assertive, ambitious, driving, strong-willed, decisive, then warm, enthusiastic, sociable, charming, persuasive, passion, stable, predictable, consistent, good listener, detailed. You are very you are a person in need of details. Then careful, meticulous, systemic, and neat. So when we think of quality, so we have to go for we have to have the precise result. So that's why details, carefulness, meticulous, because excellence, that the conference theme is also leadership and excellence. So in order to ensure excellence, definitely these qualities are very much essential, and that's why people with high EI are very much mandatory for an organization in order to excel in their endeavor. So this Rakappa University has named, they are framed the logo like this: excellence in action. So thereby the vision of the great founder Arakappa Chettiar has been realized now, and the university is becoming very, very popular at the national level, and even in the international arena, they are making a map, and that has to be continued. That is my will and wish. No, being the faculty, ex-faculty of that institution, and that university is my alma mater also. So that's why I'm very particular in extending my wishes and greetings for the betterment of the institution, for which I appeal all my colleagues, students, research scholars, everyone to contribute their best for that, and thereby the motto could be achieved. Excellence in action could be achieved. Otherwise, there may be, when there is a dent in it, that status may be getting repudiated. So that's why the high emotional intelligence people also very much essential to us to achieve. I'm just citing it as an example. Similarly, you can apply it to your organization and see that your organization is excelling or not. Okay, so another one, all of us are very particular in seeing some green show. So here I am giving you a tree, EQ tree, emotional quotient tree. No, by just by mentioning all the qualities which decides your emotional intelligence. No, here both the positive emotions, negative emotions, everything are mixed here. Okay, so decision making, change tolerance, communication, customer service, flexibility, accountability, social skills, presentation skills, teamwork, empathy, time management. So I think most of the topics are there in your leadership, in your FDP also. No, I think you had a session on time management and stress tolerance, anger management, trust, and this one again it needs a kind of a separate session in an FDP. Invariably in all the program like this, leadership and excellence. Okay, so this is an emotional intelligence tree which everyone should know, and thereby when we are able to manage this emotional quotient, know that the institution will grow like a tree and it will flourish. Okay, then this EQ, emotional EI has the downward spiral and upward spiral. No, so what are the how do we identify what are the symptoms, or how do we diagnose the the enhancement in the EI? No, for which we have to look into the upward spiral and the downward spiral of EI. EI guidance. This is what is called the EI guidance scale. EI guidance scale. Okay. So suppose when we have to test our BP, sugar, that's a scale. No. Similarly, here EI scale is also mentioned, and it is upward spiral and a downward spiral. In the case of the downward spiral, we have to start from here and go, and again it will continue from here to this. Okay. So downward spiral to upward spiral. Now we have to work. So for which just see the quality quickly. So fear, grief, depression, then insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, jealousy, hatred and rage, revenge, anger, discouragement, worry, blame, doubt, disappointment. I think most of the places and many organizations, we are whiling away with this only. We are whiling away with this only. We are unable to get into this block. Okay, so that's why first we have to come out from this. We have to overcome that. So that can be done only with the help of effectively enhancing the EI among our fraternity, among our faculty members, among our colleagues, that we have to do, whatever be the organization for that matter. So we have to remove, we have to reduce or minimize these negative emotions, and thereby it will lead to positive emotion. Okay, so pessimism, boredom. No, when we are able to take up this spiral, slow reducing the effect one by one through our emotional intelligence, we can get into this ladder. And here the contentment will come, and the hopefulness, optimism, positive expectation of belief, and enthusiasm, passion, and then a job, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, everything will come automatically. So this is what is called the emotional guidance scale. So here downward spiral and upward spiral are there. If you want to go from this side to that side, so you know what may be the reality. If you want to go from this side to that side, what will be the outcome, you could understand. So see the arrow part, no? So this arrow part tells you how do we go. Okay, so how do we go? No? So when reversal is taking place, certainly we will deteriorate. and when the proactive side is taking place, certainly we may be able to ensure excellence. So that's what I'm very particularly highlighting, that leadership and excellence through emotional intelligence. So that's why I said a gateway. Emotional intelligence is a gateway for leadership and excellence. Okay. When every one of us wanted to become successful or excel, we would like to become excelling others. Okay, excel. So in that case, for which it is better to adopt a formula called a success formula. So success formula is measured in terms of QR. QR means quality of results, quality of your results. This quality of results is outcome of three things: NA, AA, and RT. NA, AA, and RT. NA means natural ability, then acquired abilities, and right thinking. Okay, so in this emotional intelligence, take place in all the three. In the first two. By inherently we may have some of us are having EI to some extent, and when we are moving the society, from our childhood onwards, we are acquiring a lot of abilities. There is a study again. 90% of our qualities are acquired qualities. 90% of our qualities are acquired. Only 10% is inherited. Understand? So if 90% are acquired, so if naturally there's a very possibility of acquiring better quality. So that's why the multiplication of natural ability plus acquired quality, the integrated and multiplied by the right thinking. So right thinking is nothing but right attitude. Right attitude. Right attitude. Here again I am very particular in highlighting the concept attitude. So we can have again a 3-4 hours discussion on the attitude. Lot of information is there. That the attitude takes you to greater altitude. So A to A. If you have right attitude, you will be getting into right altitude also. So attitude is nothing but mindset, or it's in simple term, it means attitude means mindset about anything. Our mindset about a phenomenon, about a problem, about a situation, about a talk, about a program. So mindset. That is a simple meaning of the term attitude. So when that attitude is good, definitely your thinking will be right. When you are right thinking, you will behave rightly. When you are behaving rightly, outcome will be the right. Outcome will be the expected one. Okay, so this is what is called the quality of our results. So if at all we have to excel, so definitely this formula we can apply, and thereby natural abilities, multiplication of natural ability, acquired ability, and right thinking will pave the way for ensuring excellence in our endeavor. So that is what is called elements to leading to success. These three elements I explained to you, so I don't want to get into it deeply. And again, the Daniel Goleman, he also endorsed that. He also endorsed that as an individual, if you want to excel or if you want to ensure success in life, based on your ability to get along with the people, so more you continue to develop your interpersonal skills, the better off you will be. So that he is also very much endorsing the requirement of emotional intelligence for ensuring success. Okay. Right. How to improvise our EI. Okay. So now another few minutes, so your score may also come. And again, don't get settled with that. And you can. It's only an experiment. And you can think of knowing things, improvising yourself very well, and for which some tips are mentioned here. Oh, time is almost gone. So just to view that, I would like to show you some facial expressions also, which will be so much interested to you. It will be very much interesting. Hello, audience. What is are you audible? Can you see the another? Can you see the another slide? What is the question?
Sir. Find the face expression.
Yeah, some cross-checks are coming. Switch off your microphone. You can interact with me also. Okay. Now I am planning to. Hello, I will show you some expressions, so you can think of giving your result. No, you can think of giving your result, and thereby we may be able to check ourselves or be able to make a right prediction. Okay. Zoom lens another. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello, can you see this?
Sir, visible, sir.
Visible. What is it? Tell me your answer. The face is expressing what?
Happiness, sir.
Happiness.
Huh?
Happiness.
Happiness. Can you see your answer is right? Happiness. Very good. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Correct answer.
Congratulations. And how do we see the impact? So when you are in a happy mood,
Yes, sir. We are very happy.
Yes, sir. We are very
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
Answer
you
is
are
correct.
yeah, answer is right. Very good. And see the effect of the same slide. Your answer is correct. And if you see that, that emotion, so there's corners pulled up and muscles tighten around eyes, poaching of a lower yield. Okay. So this is how we can understand one expression. Yeah. Now I am giving you another one. What is it? What's the answer?
Anger.
Anger, sir.
Anger, sir. Anger.
Anger.
Anger. Very good. Let's see. Aye. So you are correct. So you are able to guess, make a right guess, wise guess. So you are applying your wisdom. Okay. So that you are proving yourself. You have some AI. Good. Okay. So when you are in anger, what is the reaction? See the reactions. No? Lips tighten and press together. Heels. No? The muscles contacts to tighten lower heels and raise the upper heels. And then muscle contracts to furrow brow. Okay. Contracts here. Contraction you can see. No? So just from our body expression, we may be able to understand the emotions and diagnose it. Accordingly, we can move. No, I think many of you are expert in that. No, because we are moving in the family. No, with the father, mother, our spouse, children. So that we might have experienced it. But in a formal manner, I am telling you, in a formal way, how to predict it. Then what is it? What is this?
I think pride, sir.
Pride, sir.
Right.
Excitement.
Let us check. Let's check. Hey, again, you are correct. No, the face is expressing pride. No, again, what is the effect? How do we diagnose the effect? No, it's the same expression I am saying. The effect. So here, jaw, the thrust out. No, is coming front, and the corners go up in slight smile, and tilt backward. So that shows we are in a pride moment, pride emotion, with the pride emotion. Okay. Then, yes. Many times we are like this. Okay.
I think it's a sadness.
Sadness. Any other answer?
Compassion.
Sadness. Compassion. So
Sadness.
Interest.
let's see which is correct. Who said compassion?
Yes, sir.
Compassion is the correct answer. Compassion is the correct answer.
Thank you, sir.
It is highlighted, no? Which color it is saying?
Yes, sir.
The compassion,
In which
sir.
color you are seeing it?
Pink.
You tell me which color you are
Red
seeing.
color. Red color, sir.
Red color. Good. Because
Yes,
I have
sir.
to confirm myself.
Yes,
I have
sir.
to confirm myself whether
sir.
my strategy is working here or not. Okay. You see, when you are in compassion, how our face is, how our expression is, lips pressed together, tilt forward slightly, and pulled in and up. Okay. So this may be that you can observe it in absence among your friends. No, without informing them, when you are observing your friends, you may be able to confirm that yes, in what is their what is their facial expression, and you can try to predict their traits. Okay. Then this one.
Surprise.
Surprise, sir.
Surprise. She is raising her eyebrow. No. Nice. Let's see what is it. Why? It's not surprise. It's interest. No. How? Effect. No. So corners pulled up in slight smile, raised straight up, and tilts forward slightly. Okay. So it exhibit the interest in us. No. Suppose if some announcement is there or something we get, no, where we will be getting, so automatically that the interest or curiosity, we may express our emotions or be our facial expression will be like this. Okay, then this one.
Sadness.
Looking like Murthy.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame, sir.
Shame. Let's see.
Shame.
Yes, you are correct. Shame. Green signal is coming. And think down and look downward. Okay. See that?
Politeness.
Politeness. Any other? Any other guess?
No, sir. Politeness.
No. Politeness only.
Desire.
Can I click?
Desire.
Can I click the answer?
Desire.
Yes. Yes, good. Politeness. Politeness is the right prediction. Okay. Congratulations. Then, how it works? Muscles remain relaxed. No crow's feet. See, crow. Crow. What is crow? No, I think all of you may be knowing crow. No crow's feet. And the lips, corners pulled up slightly. So this is an expression of politeness. Expression of politeness. Okay. Then this one.
Love.
Love, sir. Love, sir.
Sadness, shame, embarrassment, love.
Love. Love, sir.
Okay. Let us check. What's it? What's answer? Embarrassment. Embarrassment. No? That is that's psychologically, by seeing the face of a person, we may be able to have a mind reading, and accordingly we could understand his emotions, behave in such a way. So thereby we may be able to establish a good rapport with them. So that's why I'm showing some facial expressions to you. Okay. And here, what's the reaction? What is the effect or reactions? Move down to the side, touches the face, press together, corners pulled up slightly. So embarrassment. No? Okay. Say for example, again, all of you are seeing IPL cricket match. No? So when we are giving 6 in our bowling, so automatically this kind of embarrassment will get. Or sometime instead of expressing anguishness, we may be expressing our embarrassment. Okay. Then, yes, this one.
Fear.
Fear, sir.
Fear.
A person is ready to take online exam. Fear.
Poor.
Okay, let's check. Yes. So your prediction is correct. Fear. Okay. So what's our reaction here? Muscle contracts to pull eyebrow up and in, eyebrow up and in, and then lower yield contracts and upper yields raise slightly. Then lip corners pulled sideways, tightening and enlarging, elongating the mouth. Okay. So this is a symptom of fear. Right? What's it?
Amusement.
Excitement.
Excitement.
Excitement, sir.
Excitement.
Excitement.
I like to get some. That is the mode answer. Mean mode. So I would like to get the frequency. How many
number of times
are pointing out particular answer? Which one?
Excitement, sir.
Amusement.
Yes, first person said about amusement, right? So it is amusement. Okay. So here, what's the reaction? Thrown back, muscles tighten around the eyes, and open up with the muscles around it, relaxed. Okay. So this is the posture of amusement. Okay. So by seeing the facial expression also, we may be able to diagnose the emotional traits of an individual. Accordingly, we can establishing a social transaction with the individual, and thereby our transaction will be materializing positively or in the expected manner. So that's what I would like to share some of the facial expression with you. No? So last 2 more slides are there, it seems. Okay, so every one of you are now interested in improving your EI traits. Okay, so individuals who are having high EI quotient have all these traits listed in the chart. Okay, so this because you instead of learning yourself, when you are seeing something, certainly it will tempt you, or it will make you to curiously observe and try to inculcate that quality in you, and thereby your EI will be increasing easily. Now, I used to tell, I used to ask a question. No, what are the way? How do we enhance the knowledge? There are 2 things. No, one is by means of gaining knowledge by means of experience, number 1, and number 2, listening and observation. Which is the best? Which is the best method? By experience or by listening and observation? Which is good?
Experience.
Experiencing. Okay. So experiencing may be good, but it takes time. No, that's why in the present day context, it is better to give more emphasis towards listening. No, listening and observation. Listening and observation makes us to acquire a lot of qualities easily and effectively. That's why the word leader, L, no, the letter L stands for listening. The first letter L stands for listening. So we have to give much importance towards listening, and that way we may be able to acquire or observe the knowledge as well as skills easily and quickly. So here key traits are mentioned. It is again out of the research outcome only we have listed out these traits. Reformer quality. Every one of us have to have these traits. And helper. We have to assist others. And we have to be an achiever. And we have to be individualistic. So that's why in the present day context, even in the child care, no. So parents are advised to encourage the individual, encourage their children to enhance their individuality. So individualistic, because that individuality may pave the way for out-of-box thinking, and such out-of-box thinking will be helpful for making innovation. Will be helpful for making innovation, or it will kindle the creativity, which in turn paves the way for innovation. So individualistic. Then investigator. Every one of us, knowingly or unknowingly, whether we are designated or not, we are an investigator. We are an investigator. We are investigating the personal problems in our house, in the society, in the economy, and that way we may be able to give our suggestions. Observe keenly, find out the causes, analyze it, and give the effect. And thereby we can be a good investigator. And then loyalist. That is very much essential. When you are working for an institution as an employee, you have to be a loyalist to the institution. Okay, so that's why the institutional leaders, okay, they have to work for improving the morale of the employees. When the morale of the employees are continuously or consistently increasing, certainly that employees, they will be very loyal or dedicated, and when they are loyal and dedicated, they may be able to do their best for the organization, and thereby organization can excel. So loyalist is very much essential. Now, who are our customer? For a teacher, who are the customers? For a teacher, students. Whether we have to satisfy them, whether we have to satisfy them, or whether we have to make them happy, or whether we have to make them delighted. Which one?
Satisfied and happy.
Or delighted. Which one you are? Which scale you are recommending? We have to make them satisfied, or happy, or delighted.
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 Yeah, delighted. Okay. So when you are making them delighted, certainly they will. We need not insist them. They will be our followers automatically. Now, they will emulate us also. Then enthusiast. As individual, all the time we may have a lot of sufferings. Sufferings may come and go, no, but we should not lose our enthusiasm. So then only, because that only makes us prompt us to perform. Otherwise, we will be rejected, and we will be losing our interest and initiative. We will be losing our drive, and thereby we will be a non-performer. We will be a dull-headed fellow. We will be a lazy person. So that we have to, we should not be like that. So that's why enthusiasm is very much essential. That's why I highlighted you self-management, self-motivation, and all. Then challenger. Again, challenges are there. we have to come across challenges. So this is what even we could have seen a lot of information in change management also. So changes obligates challenges, and we have to manage the challenges, and thereby we may be able to thrive. And ultimately, peacemaker, not a face maker. Okay, we have to be a peacemaker. Even in a small group, within the family, within a group, societal group, within the organization, no? When we are working for peacemaking, definitely the institution will have a kind of ideal climate, ideal climate, no? That organizational climate will be ideal and congenial, and which in turn paves the way for organizational excellence. So every employee with their EI, they can be a peacemaker, and thereby they may be able to ensure work for ensuring the effectiveness, organizational effectiveness, which is the ultimate as far as an organization is concerned. That can be done only with the help of human element, human force. That's why that too by imbibing emotional intelligence in the required manner. Okay, so thereby the organization can excel. So these traits, EI traits, we can imbibe and practice, and thereby we could excel ourselves. Okay, right. So this is another questionnaire. No, I would like to, yeah, if possible, I will send. Otherwise, I'll leave it. It's already, and the scores will lama. Is it there? How do we send? Mail. What form the result is there?
So please send the PPT.
Yeah.
Sir, you have delighted us, sir.
So last one also, I want to. I would like to highlight the wording. The wording mentioned here. This is the tree again. Express thanks for your keen listening. No, I hope by means of ensuring your keen listening, you could have gained a lot of information, and for which I am really thankful to you all. And here, don't forget this message. Life is like a 10-kilometer speed bicycle. Life is like a 10-kilometer speed bicycle. Most of us have gears, but we never use. Most of us have gears, but we never use. No, make use of your propeller. Fly high. So I throw some insights on emotional intelligence, the gateway for leadership and excellence. Perhaps you might have received enough information on the concept of emotional intelligence, and it has a lot of practical relevances. And first of all, as a human being, we can lead a happy and healthy life, for which emotional intelligence are very much essential. And as an employee of an institution, we can contribute our best for the betterment of the organization. That's why EI is concomitant. EI is inevitable. So I appeal to every listener, every participant, to take it in a good spirit and see that the EI level should be increasing or enhancing at least year by year. So thereby it will show, or it will pave the way for success in our life. Thereby our life will become very successful and happy. So thank you for your keen listening. And if you want to raise any queries, you can ask. It's a time for queries also.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Very good evening.
Your session was very wonderful, sir.
Yes,
we learned many things, sir.
Yes. Yes.
But I have one question, sir.
Please tell me.
How can we identify their reactions from their face immediately?
Immediately. So that means again experience. So just in a somber manner, I show you some cases and ask you. So many of you are able to tell answer. Sometimes the answer will not be correct, and the original answer will be different. Okay. So when you are repeatedly saying for 2-3 times, definitely you may be able to justly posture correctly. Accordingly, you could understand how their emotional quotient is, how their emotions are, or in what mood they are. So like that, you could understand easily. It needs only experience, experience and expertise.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, Dr. Gurumurthy, congratulations for your initiative. And I conducted one small test also. Shortly, score will be coming. Otherwise, I will send it to your mail ID. Scores.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That Excel sheet I will send it to your mail ID. So even in the tomorrow class you can display.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
It is almost getting ready. It may take another 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So I will send to you today itself. Tomorrow you can display that score. That's it.
Just to inform to them the process of sending. Sometimes they do not know the process of sending the answer to the question. Answer.
Okay. It's only Google form. No?
Google form.
It's only Google form.
Please inform them. All the questions are in the Google format and please you send their
No, sir. Already Google form is circulated to them. They filled up, and a lot of responses have come. Process it. Almost the score sheet is ready. I will send it to your mail ID. So tomorrow you can post it.
Okay.
Because the same group, no, same group of members. So that's why you can. Okay. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you very much for active participation in the deliberations.
Thank you for your
Can we get your Thank you, sir.
And Alagappa University, thank you for your contribution in enlightening the learning skill of the participants who are attending carefully and passionately. All the participants are highly receptive and they are highly knowledgeable, and their interest shows that their pursuance towards the learning of excellence towards their day-to-day activities and leadership and excellence, highly noteworthy and highly recordable, and we consider their credential in recording their sincere participation in this faculty development program. Now the table moves to Dr. Vinayakamurthy, who is the who is doing the anchoring duty today, and here now moves to Dr. Vinayakamurthy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vinayamurthy.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Department of Commerce, Alagappa University, I would like to record my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Registrar, respected syndicate members for their kind cooperation and valuable support. Thank you all. I would like to record my sincere thanks to Head of the Department of Commerce, Dr. T.R. Gurumurthy, sir, who is the brain of the FDP program, supporting us a lot. Thank you, sir. I would like to record my sincere thanks to organizing secretaries, Dr. Ganapati, sir, Dr. Gurumurthy, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to record my sincere thanks to organizing committee members, Dr. Nedumaran, sir, Dr. Kanagoli, madam, Dr. Kanaga, madam. Thank you all. Thank you. I would like to record my sincere thanks to our office members, Mahalakshmi, Rajamani, and other scholars. Dr. Tito, PDF scholar, is really working on the FDP program. Thank you all. I would like to record my sincere thanks to respected participants for making the session highly interactive and enjoyable. Thank you all. My special thanks to our Honorable Professor Narajan, for making this session highly interactive and enjoyable, sir. Really, it is very useful to us, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All the participants. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So thank you all. We are all participants.
Yeah, wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Tomorrow, eminent professors will address to you. And as usual, 9:50, please you log in. Thank you very much. Have a good day. We meet tomorrow morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Best wishes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So you submit the assignments immediately. The assignments will be considered for providing attendance to you by IICT. Please send the assignment by mail as early as possible. And please send the response to the questions given by the resource person, Professor Nadarajan, as early as possible. So both
Sir,
please you do.
sir, what is the topic name, sir?
Regarding assignment.
What is the topic name on for the assignment, sir?
Already circulated, already given topic. This is the related to managerial excellence. What are the strategies needed to achieve managerial excellence in business enterprise? Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
Sir, share the questions in WhatsApp group like that yesterday.
We will send it, sir. We will send it again to the group. Send it again. We will send it again in the WhatsApp group.
The question is related to managerial excellence. I am not in WhatsApp group. So the question, the strategies needed to achieve managerial excellence in business enterprises. Please refer your mail. The mail we are sending to your mail also. Already sent by WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Very kind of you. Very good day. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can we leave the session, sir?
Yes, you leave the session happily. We meet
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Very much, sir.
We meet tomorrow morning. Please send by mail. We have already sent to you by mail.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
Thank you, sir.
We meet in the session yoga. The day after tomorrow.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Please tell me.
Sir, in that link, there is no attachment option, sir. That assignment for that assignment.
Please wait. We will do the needful to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Please, you type in the same paper. The Google form you type. No separate attachment you type in the Google form.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir, you can give an option in that one upload PDF like that. You can give an option so that everybody can upload in that one, and you will get a collective information of everybody's.
So they have to upload. Okay, we will do. No problem.
That uploading option, if you give means everybody can upload PDF only, one page.
Okay, we will do. Thank you for your kind suggestion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Answer.
Yes, tell me.
No, sir.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Govindaya, tell me.
No, sir. No, sir. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.